Welcome back to CarVerse, the channel where we dive into the cars shaping the future of driving. If you love staying ahead of the curve on upcoming rides, reviews, and first looks, you're in the right place. Today we're talking about one of the most anticipated EVs in years, the 2026 Rivian R2. This is the SUV that has people buzzing, and for good reason. Rivian says it's going to bring everything we loved about the R1S into a more compact, more affordable package, and honestly, this could be the EV that changes the market. So let's start with what makes the Rivian R2 such a big deal. The R1T pickup and the R1S SUV already proved that Rivian knows how to build capable, stylish, and adventurous electric vehicles. The only problem? Price. They've been a little out of reach for most people, sitting in the luxury range. The R2 is Rivian's answer to that. It's smaller, it's more approachable, and it's designed to be the SUV that brings Rivian into driveways all across America. Now let's talk about design, because the R2 looks every bit like a Rivian but with its own personality. It keeps the signature Rivian face, the oval headlights that almost look like glowing eyes, and a clean, modern body that's tough yet elegant. Compared to the R1S, the R2 is a little more compact, making it easier to handle in cities while still keeping that rugged, adventure-ready stance. The lines are smooth but muscular, and you can tell it's designed for both families and explorers. Think of it as the sweet spot between practicality and adventure. Of course, Rivian isn't just about looks. What makes this SUV so exciting is how it blends capability with electric performance. While Rivian hasn't dropped every detail yet, we know the R2 is being built with the same adventure-first mindset as the R1S. Expect all-wheel drive, great ground clearance, and plenty of off-road chops. This isn't just an EV for highways and grocery runs. It's something you can take camping, off-roading, or road tripping without worrying about getting stuck. Rivian has built its reputation on making electric vehicles that love the outdoors. And the R2 is no different. Inside, the R2 is shaping up to be one of the most interesting interiors in its class. Rivian has always gone for that modern minimalist style, with big touchscreens and clean lines, but without feeling cold or stripped down. The R2 is expected to carry over a lot of those ideas, but make them a little more practical for everyday use. Think durable materials, smart storage solutions, and tech that feels advanced but not overwhelming. One of Rivian's strongest points has always been how comfortable their cabins feel, almost like a modern cabin in the woods. The R2 will give you that same vibe, but in a size and price that makes more sense for more people. Now, here's where things get even more interesting. The powertrain. Unlike Rivian's first vehicles, which focused purely on battery electric setups, the R2 is rumored to come in multiple flavors. There will be fully electric versions, of course, with ranges likely hitting 300 miles or more depending on the battery pack you choose. But there's also talk of a hybrid option, something that could really shake up the market. Imagine having Rivian's electric motors with a range-extending engine, giving you the best of both worlds, electric power for daily driving and extra confidence for long road trips where charging might be scarce. That's a huge deal, especially for folks who aren't quite ready to go all in on pure electric. And what about performance? Rivian hasn't officially confirmed numbers, but based on what the R1S and R1T can do, we're expecting the R2 to be no slouch. Instant torque, quick acceleration, and the kind of handling that makes driving fun whether you're on pavement or dirt. It might not have the sheer size and weight of its big siblings, but that actually works in its favor. It should feel lighter, nimbler, and easier to live with day to day. Now let's touch on pricing, because this is really where Rivian plans to turn heads. The R1S starts well over $70,000, which puts it out of reach for a lot of buyers. The R2, on the other hand, is expected to start around $45,000 to $50,000. That instantly puts it into competition with the Tesla Model Y, the Ford Mustang Mach-E, and even some gas-powered SUVs. If Rivian can hit that price point while keeping its reputation for quality and capability, this thing is going to sell like crazy. It could be the moment where Rivian goes from being a niche EV maker to a household name. Another thing that makes the R2 exciting is how it connects to Rivian's past. The R1T and R1S showed what the company could do at the high end, proving that electric vehicles don't have to sacrifice style or capability. The R2 feels like the natural next step, taking all that know-how and making it available to way more people. It's the same playbook Tesla used with the Model 3 after the Model S, and we all know how that turned out. The R2 could be Rivian's Model 3 moment, and here's something worth thinking about. This isn't just about Rivian competing with Tesla or Ford. The R2 could also put pressure on traditional SUV makers like Toyota, Honda, and Jeep. If Rivian nails this formula, affordable, electric, adventurous, then a lot of buyers who were considering something like a RAV4 or a Jeep Cherokee might look twice at Rivian instead. That's how big this shift could be. So when you put it all together, the 2026 Rivian R2 looks like it could be the EV that finally bridges the gap between niche electric brands and mainstream buyers. It's stylish, it's capable, it's expected to be affordable, and it carries Rivian's adventurous DNA into a segment where people are really hungry for options. Whether you're an EV fan, an off-road lover, or just someone looking for a family-friendly SUV that doesn't feel boring, the R2 is shaping up to be a serious contender. And honestly, that's what makes this so exciting. Rivian isn't just building another electric crossover. They're building something that could redefine what an everyday SUV can be: compact, capable, affordable, and electric, with a touch of hybrid flexibility. If they can deliver on even half of what's expected, the R2 might just be the car that changes the EV market in 2026. Thanks for watching CarVerse. If you enjoyed this first look at the Rivian R2, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on the latest car news, reviews, and deep dives. We've got plenty more exciting 2026 cars to cover, so stay tuned. This is going to be a wild ride.